Oh my God, you guys, this is a catastrophe. This is the worst day of Taylor Swift's life. And I actually found where she was. She was on the tarmac of a, I don't know, private jet place. And I snapped this photograph with my own iPhone. Okay. You guys are not going to believe how far away you can get really clear photographs of people now with the iPhone. And she was crying her eyes out. And I was like, her hair looks different. Also, this says posted November 6, 2024. Okay, I lied. I didn't really take this picture, but this is what I imagine Taylor Swift looks like after she found out that she is being subpoenaed. Okay. She's being subpoenaed to the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively case. Now, you may recall that Blake Lively and Taylor Swift had one of those rare Hollywood friendships that transcended all the nonsense. You know, they really loved each other. They were always going to be there for each other. They had each other's backs no matter what, just as long as it didn't become inconvenient to their careers to be friends, right? When I think about Hollywood and I think about the depth of the relationships that these people form with each other, this is where I go, okay? We are best friends. Taylor's one of my dragons, just like Ryan, and we eat people like you, Justin Baldoni, okay? We look at a person like you and we are nice to your face and, you know, we handshake and we go, oh my God, thank you. We say please and thank you. We seem polite, but so we're clear, you look like food to us, okay? We're dragons, you're food. So, but us dragons up here, we just have incredible relationships that could never be broken by anything whatsoever, okay? I want you to know that. They're all, it's like, hello. They're all, hey, being friends with that dragon is looking like it's going to have a negative 7% impact on your career. You're all, she's dead to me. They're all, I'm sorry, what? She's dead to me. I'll never talk to her ever again. They're like, all right, well, I guess you're going to look great in this thing, Taylor. You're going to look great. Just disown your friend, right? Unfriend her, have your fiance, you know, stop following Ryan Reynolds on Instagram. And to me, when I think about, you know, what's the character of this person, right? I think, how fast will they cut their friends loose if they become inconvenient, you know? And if it's like super fast, I'm like, that's a good person right there. Now, you would think when Taylor acted so swiftly to completely disown Blake Lively, who apparently was like her best friend for years and years and years, you like, why would you subpoena her, right? She's made it clear. She's on Team Justin. She is appalled by the fact that Blake Lively filed a fake sexual assault allegation and intended to completely destroy Justin Baldoni's life, right? What are you bringing her into this thing for? Obviously, she's the good guy. Now, I just went on a 6-minute tangent, which I'm going to put after the segment we're going to do right now, because we're going to talk about the actual subpoena and what's going to happen and how Taylor Swift's rep is responding to this, because it's hilarious. This is a total meltdown. They are melting down, okay? We're going to do that. But first, why don't you please subscribe to my channel if you have not done that yet? That would be incredibly helpful, and it's something that I expect of people who are going to watch my content. It's one of those handshake deals, like I'm handshaking you. You're shaking my hand if you continue to watch, and all you have to do is just click the button. So live up to it or don't. And also, I want to thank the sponsor of this video real quick, which you guys are going to watch right now. There's so much noise about everything right now. With a constant bombardment of trash from my television, cell phone, people talking in the background of my workouts, I needed something to drown the noise out. That is until I found the everyday earbuds from Raycon. With active noise cancellation capable of drowning out the most maddening sounds, Raycon's everyday earbuds are the quieting sidekick for the gym, work, or phone calls, offering premium audio that goes wherever you go. Their latest model is even better than ever. 32-hour battery life, and with just 10 minutes of charging, it'll give you 90 minutes of battery. It also gives you multi-point connectivity and allows you to connect to multiple devices at once. Now, I'm going off script here, and I'm going to tell you a true story, okay? Because I have these, and I also have these, which I am intentionally not showing you the branding of, but these cost 3 times as much as the Raycons, and you want to know what's happened with these? This is my 3rd pair of these, because they keep on breaking, and this one just broke also, and the Raycons sound better and are 1/3 the price. These have longer battery, they charge faster, you can connect to multiple devices. Now, normally earbuds that do not have a hook do not fit my ears. These ones do. I can't get them out of my ears if I try. It's amazing. And also, look how good they look.
Everybody looks at me in the airport. They're all, I wonder what that guy's listening to. Now, closing this thing out, I just want to reiterate, I am comparing these to the top earbuds on the market. Apple AirPods cost $199. Bose Quiet Comfort cost $279. When you see what these things cost, it is going to melt your brain. So go to the link in the description, buyraycon.com/JesseOnFire, and you're going to get an additional 20% off what is already an unbelievable price. Go check that out.
All right, so let's go. Let's listen to Taylor Swift's subpoena story. It's very unfortunate.
Taylor Swift subpoenaed in the Justin Baldoni-Blake Lively lawsuit. The superstar's legal team issuing a blistering response, and ABC's Ike Kajachi is here with that. Good morning, Ike.
Hey, good morning, Gio. Taylor Swift's representatives are arguing that this subpoena is a publicity stunt meant to draw attention to the case by using the megastar's celebrity status. Swift's team is now strongly denying any meaningful involvement.
Whoa. Don't you dare try to get my thing demonetized on purpose, okay? You little slide your little music in there. That's clever. Hey, that is real clever. Why would you do that? They're like, let's make sure anybody who reacts to this has their money taken by us.
After an attempt to subpoena the superstar as a witness in the legal battle between It Ends With Us co-stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
Unbelievable. Stop. Stop trying to steal my revenue with your dumb music songs.
Issued by Baldoni's attorney Brian Freeman, tabloid clickbait, and saying Swift never stepped foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film, and she never saw an edit or made any notes on the film.
Oh my God, stop it. You guys understand, like, if I play even like 10 seconds of her dumb songs, they are going to take the revenue from this video. Like, it's not like that much money. It's the principle of the thing.
Swift, known for her close relationship with Lively and A-list husband Ryan Reynolds, has been pulled into the It Ends With Us legal drama. The singer seemingly alluded to in Baldoni's defamation lawsuit filed in January, which alleged that she was at Lively and Reynolds' penthouse during a meeting with Baldoni over script differences. Afterwards, Baldoni claiming he felt obliged to text Lively to say that he had liked her pages and hadn't needed Reynolds and her mega-celebrity friend to pressure him. At that time, a source close to the situation saying Swift was not there for the meeting.
Oh, I heard different. Hey, but look at her face. She's all, does this look like the face of someone that would bully someone on behalf of her best friend? Hey, her best friend. Oh, Lord. She just looks like she's just been caught up like in a whirlwind of negativity that she would never have been a part of on purpose.
Was not there for the meeting and that he was leaving as she arrived. Overnight, Lively telling ABC.
That's actually not impossible. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I'm kind of breaking her balls here, but she's actually not the real villain here at all. This is absolutely a tactic to get at Blake and Ryan, because Blake and Ryan tried to destroy Justin Baldoni's life. And so he's like, all right, you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? Oh, too late. Now you can't get out of it. Can you imagine if they're like, we want to settle this? It's like, no, I don't think so, Blake and Ryan. I think we're just going to have to let this thing play out, see what happens. And you know what? One thing that Candace said that I thought was absolutely brilliant is she's like, if Blake Lively was out here showing remorse and she was apologizing and whatever, it'd be one thing. Blake Lively is at the Time magazine or the new, whatever the award thing, talking about survivors of like sex crimes. You're like, are you really still doing this, Blake? Like you're still doing this? You're caught. Like, you're caught. What are you doing? Like, is Stephanie Jones telling you to do this? Because Stephanie Jones, as we're going to talk about very shortly, got you in a lot of, she's not exactly giving you very good advice here, right? She caused this entire thing. Okay, Stephanie Jones, just so we're clear, caused this entire thing. Hey, I don't want any beef with her, dude. She's terrifying. Also, she's married to Ari Emanuel's, business partner, and Ari Emanuel owns the UFC. And I certainly don't want to be on bad behavior or bad terms with Ari Emanuel. But let's be honest, okay? It's just one client of yours, and they destroyed their careers. And Ari Emanuel got involved because Stephanie Jones is the cause of it. And she is married to his business partner, and ipso facto, that is why all of this is happening. And, it goes all the way to the top, you guys. All the way to the top.
ABC News, Mr. Baldoni and team continue to turn a case of sexual harassment and retaliation into entertainment for the tabloids, to subpoenaing Taylor Swift, a woman who has given a voice to millions the world over. This is a very serious legal matter. Now, ABC...
Right. It is a very serious legal matter, which started with Blake Lively suing Justin Baldoni. Okay? This is ridiculous. Justin Baldoni did not start this. Blake Lively did. Okay? Blake Lively, I loved you in the Shark movie. I really did. I love that Shark movie. I also like the Cartel movie, you know, where your name, I think your character's name was Ophelia. I haven't watched your new one yet. Justin Baldoni, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I'm going to tell you a secret that Candace won't tell you. If you were not in a situation where you could expose Taylor Swift as a mean girl and expose other Hollywood people as just like toxic, disgusting people, she'd be making fun of you for being a phony, male feminist nerd. And I am going to say that to you now. I would definitely be making fun of you as a male feminist nerd if this were not the situation. You have a podcast about doing the work. I've done the work. You know, I understand all my toxic masculinity. It's like, hey, bud, I'm just gonna shock the world for you here, or shock your system. This is gonna be really hard for you to understand. But you were never a toxically masculine dude, man. You were a drama kid, okay? You just happened to be a man. They're actually talking about people like me, which is hilarious because they're talking about like this cardboard cutout version of what they would expect me to be, which is not at all what I actually am. I have 3 daughters, a wife, you know, consider protecting and making them safe and then elevating them and showing them how powerful they can be as women is basically my number one job in the world. But yeah, so I don't know. Male feminists are phony pussies that I would think are way more likely to slip a Mickey in my daughter's drink than someone who they met at jiu-jitsu, you know. Meet him at jiu-jitsu. I'm like, okay, that's a guy, you know, like that's a person with discipline. The guy was like, listen, I really want to take you back to my house and talk about the suffrage movement. Because what I want to understand is like, as a woman who now is, I would say you're like 30% of the way of going from, you know, just a marginalized group, you know, before you were allowed to vote to where you guys should be. I would say we're about 30% there. What does it feel like when you study the suffrage movement and how those women put themselves on the line to get you the sliver of rights that you have now, as opposed to the full rights that we are fighting to get you in the near future? How do you feel about that? They're all, you know, it's not really something that I think about. It's not something that you think about, really? Here, can I get you another drink? Nah, I think I'm good. No, I'll get you another drink. Let's talk more. Okay, I'm really enjoying our conversation. Can we talk a little bit more about Susan B. Anthony and the suffrage movement and all of those things? You know, I think that they probably should have just kept on running with prohibition, because those women obviously had been victimized by toxically masculine men who were coming home drunk and hurting them. So I personally am for reinstating prohibition because of the suffering of those women back then. What do you think about that? Also, I'm going to go get you another drink. Hold on. Prohibition, get you another drink. I think I might have phonied myself into contradicting myself within the same sentence. I'm just going to get you something to drink. I'm going to slip something in it and be honest with you. You're going to start feeling woozy and you never know what's going to happen, but I will promise you, I will condemn anyone who has ever put anything in a woman's drink, except for me right now, but I'm going to pretend that that didn't happen. So let's go ahead and let's get after it, because I'm a good person. I'm a good person. Now, here's why this whole Taylor Swift thing is amazing, right? So she's going to get subpoenaed and she's going to have to answer questions, and it's going to be unbelievable. She's under oath, dude. Okay? She's under oath. You want to know what my daughter said to me in the car today while we were on our way to jiu-jitsu? Okay? Raising strong daughters on our way to jiu-jitsu. She's like, Taylor Swift's fallen off. I was like, yes, she has. She really has. She got booed at the Super Bowl. You know, got booed at the Super Bowl, and then is now being brought into and tied to one of the most catastrophic PR nightmares of all time, just because she's friends with these 2 dumbbells who believed a PR person who historically, I guess, is one of the scariest people alive. And you could tell how scared I am of her. I just am, actually. I'm scared. I am scared. Wait a minute. No, I'm not. Well, why aren't you scared, dude? Well, I mean, I'm playing 4D chess here, but here's the thing, okay? The world she runs in, okay, the periodicals that she controls, if I get my name in one of those, regardless of the context, that's good for me, you know? That's where I'm at. If you're Blake Lively, there's lots of things that can come out that are bad. For me, not so much, you know? I have a wife. I have 3 daughters, you know? I mean, you could probably find someone who would be like, Jesse did blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, no, I didn't, you know? That's not true. But also, I'm glad that you're interested in me, you know? Hopefully they don't go the Russell Brand, you know, route. They're all, we are prosecuting you for something you did 25 years ago. I'm like, I don't remember anything I did 25 years ago. Okay. Also, yeah, no. What am I talking about? Anyway, so I wanted you to get to that part of the story though. So let's move there. It's going to be unbelievable to watch Taylor Swift we're going to get to see her depositions. It's going to be unbelievably awesome. So now check this story out. The origin story of this entire thing is absolutely hilarious. Didn't you see what she did? She disowned her best friend. I mean, come on, right? It's like, well, you know, that best friend who made up that sexual assault thing and got caught absolutely red-handed. Sorry, guys. Hey, don't sue me. I meant sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is what that's the fake charge that she tried to run with. The irony of this entire case will never be lost on me. It is the funniest thing of all time, but we'll come back to that in a second because Candace Owens uncovered one of the, she put all these things together and she missed the final piece. Okay. One connection she failed to make, which is the funniest part of this entire story. Okay. Is the funniest part of this entire story. Right. Because if you I'm just going to talk about that right now, actually. So here is exactly how this went, as uncovered by a much, more talented, creator than myself, Candace Owens. Also with the help of like a million mommy bloggers. Okay. I don't have the mommy bloggers to feed me all this information, but nonetheless. All right. So essentially what happened here was Justin Baldoni was inconveniently trying to hold on to his own movie, It Ends With Us. And Blake Lively, as she stated in interviews, she comes in as an actress, but she doesn't really want to be an actress. She really wants to have her input heard and be an executive producer and basically have this movie be hers. It's like, right, you were hired to be an actress. She's like, I know I was hired to be an actress, but that's not what I wanted. All right, well, I would like to have 700 million subscribers on YouTube, but I have 435,000. Like, when has what you wanted meant anything? You signed a contract to be an actress. She's like, I know, but I have a couple dragons that can make your life very difficult if you don't do what I say. And also, once I was involved in the movie, you had no movie if I didn't cooperate. And so I would like to be made an executive producer, co-creator, and all of these things. Basically, she wanted to wrestle away the movie from Justin Baldoni. We all know this, right? And then when this started to get out and people were saying negative things about her in the press, she had assumed that this could not have possibly been due to her narcissistic, disgusting behavior, right? And her PR agent, who is supposedly, reportedly like one of the worst people on earth, named Stephanie Jones, she is one of the most vindictive people on earth. And she had lost the representative of her PR firm who had been working with Justin Baldoni on this small little movie. And she doesn't let people walk out on her. And so she had taken her device from her, right? So she takes the device from the person who is leaving, like completely like, hey, I'm putting in my 3 weeks or 6 months or whatever it was. It's not like she was doing anything underhand. She was just going off on her own. And the day before she was set to leave, Stephanie Jones calls her into her office and she takes the phone. There's a whole other story related to that we could get into, but is not really relevant to what the point I'm making. So she takes the phone illegally, by the way, looks through the text messages and sees a conversation between the rep, her friend who is a crisis management PR firm, and Justin Baldoni. And what they said in this text message thread was, hey, look, we could take anyone down because of the negative press that Blake Lively had been getting, okay? This was a joke, okay? This was a joke. They were joking. They had not actually put any work into anything. They made no phone calls. They had not planted any negative stories. They were in position to do crisis management in the event that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds went on the offensive against Justin Baldoni because they had this conflict, okay? So they made a joke. So Stephanie Jones goes to Blake Lively. This is the connection that Candace did not make yet, all right? This is the connection she did not make. So because they see that, this joke, misinterprets it, that's when they go to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and Stephanie Jones tells them that they had orchestrated a negative PR campaign against Blake Lively, okay? Which was not true. This was an incorrect misread based on the word of, the biggest PR agent in the world who is notorious for being a psychopath, but whatever, right? She tells you, we have proof that they did this. Justin Baldoni was behind this. So what would you do, hypothetically, if you were a narcissistic lunatic like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, and you thought for sure that Justin Baldoni had gone public and tried to destroy or at least not even destroy, just damage your reputation? What would you do? You would take the gloves off and go biblical thermonuclear, right? So because this chick misread the text message, didn't understand it was a joke, told Ryan and Blake that, they all got their heads together and they're like, let's destroy this guy's life, which is what led to Blake Lively filing this bullshit thing, and then all of the other dirty stuff they did behind the scenes. All of it was based on a misread by Stephanie Jones, which ultimately not only did not destroy Justin Baldoni's career, it destroyed all of their careers, okay? So that's the one connection that Candace has not made, that I've heard at least, and I watch all of her stuff, is that this entire thing was put into motion because Stephanie Jones told them that Justin Baldoni had tried to destroy their career or damage their career. It's like the funniest thing ever. They literally destroyed themselves based on a joke that never happened. And now Justin Baldoni's going to make up $100 million. And I saw a commercial on the internet the other day of Ryan Reynolds where he was, I don't know, he's promoting like Mint Mobile or something. And the first thing that I thought when I saw it, I was like, hey, Mint Mobile really, scraping the bottom of the barrel for your spokesperson. Ryan Reynolds, are you out of your mind? You're going to lose half your customers, much less gain any. And I realized, I'm like, oh my God, like just because I always just assume my thought process is pretty similar to everybody else's. And I'm like, these guys, they're so fucked. Like these people are finished. Okay. If I see a Mint Mobile ad and I'm like, oh my God, they hired that guy. What do you think that means for the next $300 million budget movie that you put him in? Probably not a super safe bet, Probably not a super safe bet. And Blake Lively, good luck, All based on a misread from Stephanie Jones. Hilarious.